Well, greetings once again, my friends, fellow lovers of Star Trek, fellow modelers, and just fellow lovers of collectors in general. I welcome you to another video, and I got another little treat for you guys. If you love as much as Star Trek as me, anyway. Let's go back to 1979. I worked on ways to try to get the trailer for Star Trek the Motion Picture to show you guys, but of course the copyright strikes. I mean, heavens forbid. So I'm going to put it up in pictures as we go along because you guys remember. You may not remember the theatrical trailer. It's really pretty cool. Anyway, I got a little treat to share with you today. The USS Enterprise, of course, was the refit in Star Trek the Motion Picture, and that was the first time we got a chance to see her. And of course, she was spectacular. We also got to see the Klingon, the Katinga class battlecruiser. It was a take on the Klingon D7 that we saw in the original series. And actually, we see that at the beginning of the film with three of them as they go in and they're attacked by V'ger. And we're also introduced to the Vulcan shuttle. You guys remember it's kind of like a, what is it, the warp sled or the transport sled? And that's the first time we see that, and the back of it detaches and it goes into the back of the bridge area and it connects. That's actually how they brought Mr. Spock back. Remember, he was off doing Kalinar and he was unavailable. But anyway, let me show you that model kit first. I'll work my way from least favorite to favorite. And that doesn't mean I don't love the Vulcan shuttle, because I do. This one is the AMT. This is the Star Trek the Motion Picture Vulcan shuttle. You can see it's got a Star Trek movie poster inside. And some of the features, the detachable shuttle module. Now, you guys may not know this, but they actually have you put a small magnet at the bottom of the top part and a small magnet at the top of the bottom part where it goes together, and that actually holds it together. That way there, if you want to detach it, you just pull it apart. Kind of like what Diamond Select does, at least what I've discovered with the Enterprise D and the Admiral Riker's Enterprise and all good things. So it's got the detachable shuttle module, and that's what that is. Incidentally, if that looks familiar, it should, because that could actually pass as a shuttle or a pod, a travel pod for the Enterprise. Okay, so the new detachable module, we got the rainbow effect decals and the rub down transfer. Now, along with the Enterprise that they had in 1979 from the movie, you remember they had these rub down decals. Now, all you had to do was basically take them off. They kind of had a, well, they were on a backing. That doesn't mean they were attached. And what you do is you kind of lay it across the model and you would actually rub it down. You could use your finger, or you could use like a pencil eraser. I'm guessing what you could equate it to is, I don't really know what you could equate it to, but when I was a kid and I tried putting it on a model, they just looked terrible. It smudged and I didn't do it right. But anyway, they had those rub down transfers in this kit as well. And they also have the rainbow effect model decals. Now on the Enterprise, the rainbow effect had kind of like that prism foil kind of appearance to it. And that went on the inside of the chiller grills on the warp nacelles. And they have that on here as well. And this is over 10 inches long when it's assembled, and it has the display stand included. Now the display stand, what they have now is that basic Polar Lights dome, half dome with the metal rod kind of display stand. But this one actually has the same stand as the Enterprise comes with. It's the triangular base, and it's got the arm coming up and it goes in the bottom. So you can see a picture of the finished model. I don't know if that's the finished model or if that's like an illustration or a painting of it, because this one doesn't have the Aztecing decals. I believe in a new release by AMT. The round 2 models, I believe, I want to say they have the Aztec in decals, or it could have been an aftermarket kit that I had seen. Let's look at the side of the box, and you can see a finished model. Over 10 inches long. No fuss rub-down transfers, no water needed. Display stand included, or you can suspend it from the ceiling, kind of like what they offer you on the Enterprise. Rainbow effect, peel off, press on, decals, no water needed. Again, those kind of like rainbow effect stickers. New Star Trek The Motion Picture Vulcan Shuttle. Featuring, I went over that with you guys, plastic hobby kit, and this is 1979 Lesney products. Also the owner of Matchbox. Look at the side of the box. It's got a price sticker on it. I think both sides are identical. Both ends, that is. This is kit number S972. And I had gone over a lot of the features with you. What about the other side? You can see the Matchbox logo. Lesney Corporation. This kit is quality molded with a way in which will allow the younger modeler to build an attractive replica without painting. If you wish to paint your model, follow these pictures for additional color and details. So the model is actually molded in a kind of like a tan on what the shuttlecraft looks like. And you can see some of the nice paintings on it. And that is the AMT shuttlecraft, the Vulcan shuttlecraft. So now, let me show you guys what we saw at the first part of the movie. We've got the Klingon cruiser. Again, we were used to seeing the D7 battle cruiser in Star Trek The Regular Series, and when this came out, I don't know about you guys, but I thought it was so great looking. I just fell in love with them right away. And that moved up from the D7 to the Katinga class. So you can see the model, the illustration on the box doesn't really do it justice. Because this looks like it could be like a finished model. Whereas the actual filming model had all these fancy little kind of like little markings, raised areas for painting. This is AMT Ertl. This one is, I think, is a later edition. Super detailed, over 15 inches long, assembled, display stand included. And you know, guys, I guess this one kind of has, I don't know, you don't really hear about this model. I think this is kind of like an underrated model. It is 15 inches. It's a Klingon Katinga class. I showed you guys a while ago, let's see, I think it was Star Trek V, The Undiscovered Country. It was Kronos 1, and it had the Chancellor on it. I don't think that was the same filming model as this. I think that if that wasn't the Katinga class, I'm not sure what that was. It could be the same. Actually, it wasn't the same molding because there were no, that one has raised wings. All right, let's move over to the side of the box. You can see Star Trek, the motion picture Klingon cruiser. And this is part number 668210E0. You can see the barcode, and this features, you can see super detailed. It's got the display stand, the same thing. It's got that kind of a triangular base with the arm. Over 15 inches long, and you can use the stand or you can display it in space by hanging it from the ceiling. You can see it's got another depiction, probably the same model used as the front or illustration. The ends of the box, I think, are the same. You got Star Trek The Motion Picture. This is kit number 6682. You can see it's got the features, and I do believe it's the same. Yep, the same on both sides of the box. So let's look at the other ends of the box, excuse me. Let's look at the other side. Star Trek the Motion Picture, Klingon Cruiser. And copyright 1979, but this one was released in 1984, so this is a little older one. And you can tell because it's Ertl. Whereas the earlier release, let me show you guys, of this one, see how it's just the AMT? And there's no Ertl. So, let's see, we can find the date. 1979. So this one you can tell is older because of the AMT logo. And what about the Enterprise? Yeah, the Enterprise is the same thing. It's just AMT, it's not AMT Ertl. So it shows you a detailed look at it, and see this one shows much better detail on the wings and on the back and on the top of the below the bridge area. You can see it's pretty cool. I don't know if that's a finished model or not, or if that's actually the filming model from the movie, or who knows what it is, but it's pretty cool looking. So that's the other side of the box, and that is the Klingon Cruiser. Incidentally, the what we see in the beginning, we see 3 of these, and you guys may or may not know that it's actually Mark Leonard, who we first seen in Star Trek the Original Series as the Romulan commander in Balance of Terror. We then go on to see him in Journey to Babel, and he portrays Mr. Spock's father, Ambassador Sarek. And he eventually is portrayed in Star Trek the Motion Picture as the Klingon commander. So he's one of the few actors that actually portrayed a Vulcan, a Romulan, and a Klingon. There may be others, but I'm not sure. None of them come to mind right away. So anyway, that was a little tidbit for that one. And now we bring out the star of the film. The absolutely beautiful USS Enterprise NCC 1701 refit. You can see the illustration on the box. You can see the decals I was talking about with the Vulcan shuttle. Those rainbow type effect rub down, not the rub down, excuse me, just the regular stickers. And I believe these would be rub downs. Again, we get the Star Trek poster inside. And check out the price, guys. I wish I could have gotten this for $3.99. And I bought 100 of them. And it shows you some of the stuff that this comes with. Saucer lights that really work. New rainbow effect decals, the rub down transfers, and it's over 22 inches long assembled. And a display stand is included. Again, it's got the same kind of display stand. It's got that triangular base, and it has the arm. And we got a beautiful depiction of the Enterprise. I don't know about you guys, but when I was a kid and I saw the movie, my heart was just doing flip-flops in my chest. And I absolutely fell in love with her. Already, I was in love with the Enterprise because I absolutely loved her. And then when I saw her all redone, the refit, and yes, I do consider this the same ship because they basically are. It's just refitted. I really, really fell in love with her. And then when I seen this, I think the store was Child World at the time. And when I had seen this on the shelf, I just went nuts. I had to have it. You can see a nice depiction of the USS Enterprise. Let's look at the side of the box. New Star Trek the Motion Picture, USS Enterprise. And this is, you can see, 1979. And it shows you some of the features. You got the no fuss rub down transfers, no water needed. Saucer lights that really work. You've got the display stand, or you can hang from the ceiling or suspend in space. Peel off press on rainbow effect decals. No water needed. Now I was kicking around the idea on this build, guys. What do you guys think? Should I build it the way it would come out of the box, like a childhood memory? Or should I do it with trying to really go out and really doing it as the Enterprise, maybe with the Aztecing and adding more lights and the deflector dish, because the deflector dish doesn't light up on this. Let me know what you guys think. So that's the side of the box. Let me show you one of the ends. And this is S970 USS Enterprise. Beautiful. And that is an illustration. It's actually a beautiful painting. I wish I could paint like that. Just like some of the ship models, especially the Titanic. Some of the paintings on the model boxes are just phenomenal. You can see Matchbox, the Lindsay Corporation. And it has the same thing that we saw on the Vulcan Shuttle. This is a kit quality, molded in every way, which will allow the younger modeler to build an attractive replica without painting. If you wish to paint your model, follow the pictures for additional colors. And you can see. Now, I've had a lot of comments on this before, where people have said that that's actually the filming model that they're showing as the pictures on the model kit box. I don't know if that is or not. I'm pretty sure that's not the filming model. That's probably a finished model, as these three photographs probably are finished models. But the deflector dish does not light up, so I don't know if that's painted, good paint job, or if that's actually the filming model as well. But let's see, both ends of the box are the same, and there's nothing on the back. And that one is the star, the AMT USS Enterprise. Absolutely love her. And it's got the same kind of, it has the lighting kit, and you can see where the windows are lit on the saucer section. And again, the nothing else is lit, nothing in the secondary hull or the nacelles. Now they did the I think it was the 25th anniversary release of this, and I had shown you guys that a long time ago, where it's basically this kit, and it's actually got lights and sound. It's got a soundboard, and you hook everything up, and the deflector dish is molded in clear blue, and that actually lights up. It's the same molding. They do have different decals, and the lighting kit is a little bit different than this one. That one has the different bass as well, because it's got the sound effects, and it's got the housing for the speaker and the switch. It plays sounds. It actually does photon torpedoes and phasers, and of course the sounds that we hear are from the version of her before she was refit into the refit. But that's still a pretty fun model. I had done that so long ago, and again, my modeling skills, I like to think, got a little bit better, and that was really pretty horrible. Just like the fiber optic kit that I had done for you guys long time ago, the Enterprise incident, the fiber optic kit from AMT, and that one was just, I was totally new to modeling, and it just really came out atrocious. But what I want to do is I want to do another version of that for you guys. But anyway, I had wanted to show you some of the goodies from Star Trek the Motion Picture, the model kits of the ships. And if you guys are like me, the ships were a big part of the reason why I absolutely love Star Trek the Motion Picture, especially this little girl in the back. Absolutely gorgeous lady. It was still fun, and to have all these kits, especially in '79, would have been phenomenal. Well, my friends, I hope you enjoyed this little model kit trip, kind of like down memory lane. And these are the big. Now I know they do have a, let's see, they have a Mr. Spock model kit from Star Trek the Motion Picture. But when it comes to the ships, I don't think there are any other ships. At the time, in 1979, I know that Polar Lights has released the Katinga class Klingon cruiser, and that's in 1/350 scale, and I can't wait to show you guys that. But as far as the ships in the movie back in 1979, I think this is just about it, and that's what I really wanted to show you guys. So my friends, I thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you guys again real soon. Take care.